Hello everyone and welcome back to Roscale Sandbox. Today we are going to be continuing with building the town around this lovely station that we made. And if you didn't see in our last episode, we made this very nice sort of little courtyard here with a signal box, a little warehouse, and a little office building. And that sort of nicely joined up the viaduct to our station over here. So without further ado, let's get building. The first thing I want to do is copy these buildings over, as once again, I'm going to be using these to place around our town. However, I am going to try and scale them down again, because at this size, they are a little bit too big for this station. I know this means we'll have a lot of inconsistency in the sizes of our houses, but to be honest, I don't think it really matters too much. Now, to be honest, I don't think that's too shabby. I just need to go and fix these roof pieces. And there we have it, a house that might actually finally be to scale. And having brought it over here, it looks pretty much the same size as this building, so I'm pretty happy with that size. So I'm also going to try and scale down these two houses. And now that's done, I can start making a couple streets. In fact, I would like this to mainly be a row of terraces. And of course, I won't leave them with this pattern of textures, so let's go in and spice things up a bit. There you go, and I think a row like that, where all the houses are just a little bit of a different color, is going to look really, really nice. Now, of course, I'm going to add a road down here, and I think a road like that is going to be fine. Again, it's not really going to be seen from the railway, so it doesn't really have to be the most detailed thing in the world. I will, however, attach it up to this road here. I know I said it didn't have to be too complicated, and then I go and make some intersection markings, but to be honest, I think that's really, really nice, and you can sort of see this from the train line, so I think that's justifiable. Okay, so the next thing I want to do today is add a nice little plaza out to the front of this station here. And I also want to add a little bit of a car park in this area here. And there we go, quite a nice large car park. I know the modern car park doesn't really go with the old feel we've got going on, but I quite like the aesthetic, the kind of old railway paired with some modern roads and modern houses sat around it. And you know what? We haven't really played around with height in the towns before. So I think what I'm going to do is have this town on 2 levels. The first thing I'm going to do is create some land that's a little bit higher up. And I'm going to put a bridge over here where we've got a road going over the top and the train tracks going underneath, which means I am actually going to need to extend the railway a little bit. So now I've got the ballast down, I can try and merge these two tracks back together. There we go. So the track is all merged into one. And now we can start work on a little bit of terraforming. And I'm going to be using a mix of the two terraforming techniques that I use over the course of building this map. I'm going to smooth some of these edges out with some balls. And I'm going to copy the sloped end of this platform because I need to copy it onto the other side. And there you go. That has copied across pretty perfectly. So now I think we should add the road that's going to go over the top of this cutting. And I've got this bit of road coming down the hill here. So it's sort of like most of the town is up on this higher level. And then you have to come down and drive down this slope to access the station, which I think is quite a nice detail, actually. There we go. And after setting out a layout for pretty much the entire town, let's go and put some pavements and some white markings down the center of these roads. Okay, so that's the easy bit done. I've got all the pavements in. Now I've got to go and do these little dividing lines, and I feel as though this is going to take me quite a while. And again, that took me a ridiculously long amount of time, and I don't want to talk about it. However, this is looking really, really lovely now. And we can definitely get a feel for how this area is sort of going to turn out. So, first things first, we need to sort out all of this terrain because this is not how we want to leave it. I think here we should have a nice cobblestone retaining wall. But this side, I'm going to go with the more natural cliff approach. But that doesn't mean I can't use some of these balls to break it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to continue using this retaining wall, but instead have it on the underside of this bridge. While the supports are quite simple, I think that's a really effective way of building a little bridge. There we go, and the transition from the lower level to the upper level is pretty much complete, and I am really happy with how that's looking. Now, of course, there is so much more to do in this area that I'm gonna have to split this into 2 parts, and I am rapidly running out of time today. So I'd like to go through on the bits that we have done and place in some nice foliage, adding in some bushes, and of course some trees. And there we go, that is us done for today. I know we haven't done that much new stuff, but at this point, it is sort of the same things over and over again. It is like the road, the houses, the track, all that kind of stuff. So next episode, we will be adding a few more houses atop here and finishing off this bridge. And then after that, we can move on to some newer stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as always. And I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.